Hello everybody, it's Carrot with Carrot Creates and welcome back to my channel. My birthday is in July. It's July 15th. So what I wanted this year for my birthday was to go find a local yarn shop and go get some nice hand-dyed wool yarn in a sweater quantity. That has not happened yet, but we have a yarn date scheduled. Every time we've tried to go, it's just been absolutely crazy, but we have a yarn date scheduled. Me and my mom are gonna go get some really cool yarn from this place in a bigger city near where I live, and I am super excited about it. However, that does mean I need a place to put it. In my last video, I mentioned my yarn stash and how I know it'll never be cold. I think we should organize it.
All right, so this is my yarn stash. It's not very organized. It used to be. It's not anymore.
Okay, so while I also organize that, I would kind of like to count it. Let me start this video by saying I have been crocheting for 11 years. I'm not a professional. I don't have a lot of money. However, when you crochet that long and you're in a more rural area of the southeastern United States, a lot of people will just give you old yarn stashes. A lot of churches that I'm very involved with have given me old yarn stashes that some older women have donated. I've been given huge vacuum seal bags of people's mother's yarns, who had passed away. That has happened several times to me. I am not using this yarn fast enough to kind of clear out this stash. So that is why I have such a big stash. However, for the person who lives in California, for the person who is in a yarn desert, so to say, for the person who doesn't have a lot of money, who hasn't been crocheting long, please do not feel like a full 3 shelves of yarn is something you need to achieve or strive to attain. You are perfectly capable of creating with the Walmart or Dollar Tree acrylic yarn. Your project will be just as good, and don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. I just wanted to preface that because there have definitely been times when I felt like there were certain things I needed to attain and we just didn't have that kind of money. This is gonna be my first time working with wool, guys, on a large project basis. I've never worked with nice wool. This will be my first time working with hand-dyed stuff that isn't just one skein I got from the thrift store got given to me. So don't feel like you have to strive to attain a certain level of anything. Yeah. So I watched Passionate Kelsey clean out her yarn closet recently, and I was like, well, I should probably do the same. Getting ready to go to college, I want to know kind of what I have. So she had a notebook and she kind of kept tabs on everything. I would also like to count my skeins, know how much I have. You'll notice in my yarn closet I have everything caked up. I just find it stacks better that way, and it helps me to work out any factory knots. So I'm going to get some categories. I have a lot of cotton, so cotton. I also have a lot of acrylic. I will go specialty fibers. I don't have a lot of these, so I'm just gonna make a little box for it. And miscellaneous. So miscellaneous would be things that don't have a label, they just got given to me. I'm not really sure. I'm probably pretty sure they're acrylic, but they're going in the miscellaneous because they don't have a label. And if I don't remember the yarn, I'm not gonna put it in acrylic just in case. I'm mostly so that I don't get it in my head that I can wash and dry this. So I'm also going to do a little tab for project yarn. So I keep my whips in a bunch of bags and boxes and bins, much like this. Probably right here I have 10-15 skeins of yarn just sitting in various bags for different projects. I'm going to assume, I'm thinking about all the projects I have. I have a lot of color work projects that have a lot of yarn in those bags, and I'm not gonna go get all of those and count them. So I'm honestly just going to estimate about 30 between everything. We're just gonna go an estimation of 30 and add that to our total. I am probably just gonna pull all the yarn out and put it either on my bed or on my couch, and I haven't decided which, but I'm gonna pull it out and then we will get to sorting and organizing.
Honestly, I feel like if I put it on my bed, it's just gonna fall off because it's a twin bed. I feel like I'm gonna get rolling yarn everywhere. So couch it is.
Okay, I got it all.
I'm thinking I'm going to put my acrylic yarn on my bed as a way to count it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started counting, I guess.
Okay, so I have it all sorted, and now I guess it's just time to count. Cotton first. Okay, so we have 27 cakes of cotton yarn. Honestly, not as much as I thought I had. I do have a color work project with cotton for like dishcloths going on, so I have about 10 over there, so I'm going to like, it's probably 37, but that 10 is already included in the project yarn, so that is 27 cotton. Also, for the categories, I put them in whatever category they have the highest concentration of a yarn in. Unless there was one really weird sock yarn that had like 40% cotton, it had 45% cotton, 40% wool, and then it had like some other something. And I put that in with the like specialty fibers, so like with the wools and stuff, because I didn't want to put it in the cotton and then throw it in like a cotton scrap project and have the wool like shrink or fray or anything. So there were a couple weird occasions like that, but other than that, it's 50% or more. It's whatever it has the most percentage of. So like, for instance, this Kobu has 51% of cotton, so it's in the cotton even though it has 49% like bamboo. I'm also gonna pull aside anything that I need to cake up. So I need to cake these up. This is already in a cake. This is sold in a cake, so I don't have to cake this up. Great. But like these, I'm gonna pull these aside because I do have to cake those up. So, yeah. On to the miscellaneous. Okay, so we have 38 miscellaneous cakes. Now, most of these, I know in my heart of hearts this is acrylic. Like, I'm well aware this is acrylic. But also, I don't have a duplicate of it in my stash. And it doesn't have a label, and I don't remember buying this. So it was probably just given to me. And I just caked it up. I'm not willing to risk it being like cut with like 10% wool or something and shrinking whatever scrap project I throw it in, or like the toboggan, like something. I'm just not willing to do that. So we got 38 miscellaneous. Miscellaneous. I should really say mysterious. Like that's... Now for the big boys, the acrylic. This is actually probably a really good thumbnail. I should take a picture. Okay, hi. So I had several large files sitting in my CapCut and my photos. Didn't realize I'd gotten to the upper limit of my storage, so it did stop recording. It did indeed stop recording. So you missed all of my riveting commentary about my specialty yarn collection, all 11 of them, and the total count for our acrylic. So the total count for our acrylic was 90. It's a lot. It's all moved to my couch now. As you can see, I have a bed again. That's great. And I have specialty or like something that doesn't fit in the rest. I have 11 of those. We're about to have more when we go yarn shopping. Did I just get pin on my face? I'm sure I did. That's lovely. So let's see, 90. Let's add up how much we actually have. Okay, so the total for my entire yarn collection is more than I should have, less than I thought I had looking at it, to be so for real with you. I have a lot of full-sized skeins, and this is kind of doable to get through this stash. It's 196 cakes, which is a lot. It's a lot. I know it's a lot. But I feel like I could do it. I feel like I could get through it. Also though, I don't mind having a big stash. I'm very privileged to have it because that means that, you know, being a broke college student, I still have yarn that I can come home and grab and all the stuff. So, yeah. I'm gonna figure out next steps. One moment. Okay, so my little sister actually has tech week for her play this week. It's so cute and I love it and she's gonna do so great. But that does mean I have to get going to take her because it's a little farther away. So I don't have time to put all of this up right now. I think probably what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cake up the yarn that needs to get caked up, and then I'll probably have to walk out the door, so. Okay, I actually don't even have time to finish the last 3 because the first 2 I wound were 1 weights. Didn't realize that. And so they just took forever because they have a lot more yardage than they look like they have. But these won't take me long to do. And when I get home, I'm going to work on organizing all the yarn that's strewn across my room. Okay, that was a really long day. It was a good day. Very long day. I did go ahead and wind up that yarn that I still had to wind up while I was listening to some audio messages from my best friend. Love her. And since then was editing the last YouTube video and uploading it, and am just now about to get all this yarn off my couch and bed so I have a place to sleep. This is a bad idea. This is too full of a day to be organizing this much yarn, but we're gonna put up with it. And we made our bed, so now we're gonna lie in it. Scrap bin. I think I'm just gonna start by pulling all my reds into a pile. See if I can do that. A lot of this yarn is gonna end up on the floor. I'm just looking at it. See, now the question is, what do I do with the variegated? I think I've decided about the variegated. For something like this, which has some white in it, but is mostly just blue, or something like this, which is spun with light blue and dark blue, they're both gonna go in blue. However, this, which has lots of different colors, and this, which is spun with a billion different colors, I will have like a variegated row right after my neutrals. So it'll go red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, neutrals, variegated. Got it? Got it. I'm gonna put this in with the purples. Okay, so it turns out that, let's see if I can get it all in one hand. This is all the red acrylic, like 100% sure acrylic I possess. I guess I'm just not a very big red girly. I did use a lot of it up in like various scrap projects because I accumulate a lot of red when it's
gets given to me. I feel like it's a very common color. I just don't tend to buy it for myself. I gravitate towards a lot of greens, blues, and purples. I also have very few yellows and oranges. I have like none of that. I got a lot of greens, blues, and purples, and neutrals. I have a ton of neutrals, and like fun variegated, but not a lot of like red, orange, yellow. Thinking miscellaneous here, and then 1, 2, 3 acrylic, and very bottom cotton and like specialty fibers is what I'm thinking. Singular like burnt yellow orange. What can I say? I have a color palette, okay? Jeez, so girl for having favorite colors. I'm also gonna go ahead and pull my yellows. See what I got in that. Well, this is all the yellow I have in my stash. Yellow and quasi-orange. I guess let's go find a place for this. Okay, now for a big boy, let's pull the greens. I don't know how well you can see all of this, but comparatively, I've got a lot more green yarn than I did all the other colors, so let's go put this up too. Just realized the last clip of me organizing was just the top of my forehead, so you may or may not get to see like furrowed brow concentration with no yarn involved. So, you know, I hope you enjoy the blue to make up for it. Anyway, let's organize the blue. I'm quickly realizing that blue is gonna be by far the biggest category. Apparently, I really like blue. All right, I've got my utterly massive assortment of blues. Guess I'm gonna put those up now. I forgot about pinks. Ugh. So I think I'm gonna go purple and then pinks instead of pinks before red, but I usually do pinks before red and a rainbow. So I'm just gonna do purple and then pinks, and we're gonna live with ourselves somehow. I'm just gonna go ahead and lump my singular 2 pinks in together, I guess. So I have about as many purples and pinks as I did red. So I guess I'm mostly just a blue and green girly, which is kind of strange. I don't know. At least that's how it is in my acrylic stash. The cotton tells a different tale. The cotton tells all the stories. Let's put this in a closet. All right. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink. All right, I have a lot of brown looking at it, so I guess the next color I'm gonna organize is brown. Oh, I forgot to put my Christmas yarn in a random place. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna put that tan yarn with all the colors in with the tans, and I'm gonna put the Christmas yarn in with the reds. I decided on the reds because I have more room in the reds, so I'm gonna do that. Browns. Why such beauty in this place. I liked my memories as they were. Now I'll leave remembering her. Let's find a place to put all this. Editor Kara's here, fresh out of the shower, wet hair, and no will left to live editing this video. This has been a beast, by the way. I think it was 3 hours of raw footage when I sat down to do it. Absolutely massive. But I just realized that my camera was bad for this entire portion of the video with the brown yarn, like the neutrals. So enjoy the only clip that's mildly okay, and it's me singing a random theater song called Can't Trust a Man. So, you know, have fun with that. Go look up that song, it's really funny. You can trust a man with a bad handshake. I think I'm gonna go with this big basket of miscellaneous now. So... Aren't you shocked? I have no oranges. I do have this many yellows though, which is better than I thought I'd have, to be so fair with you. I have no green miscellaneous. Apparently I only buy acrylic. I've just realized I could have been using the basket to cart stuff this whole time. Gway? Gway? Ah! This bookshelf isn't bolted into the closet. Oh no! I almost died. Jesus, I adore you. Brown. Ah! Sigonia, babagitsi babo. Sidihu. Gonyama. Now, how do I want to do this? Why are we talking to ourselves, self? I don't know, self. We should probably stop. We're probably going to weird the people out. What people, self? There are no people in this room. Unless we're being watched by the CIA. Which might happen if you keep talking to yourself. There's not gonna be enough room! I'm a real boy, Papa! What is wrong with me? I ask that sometimes of myself. I say, self, what is wrong with you? And myself says, I don't know, self. We should probably go to therapy. And myself says, I don't know, self, that's really expensive. And then myself says, buy more yarn. And then we say, okay. And we buy more yarn. And that's how we got in this situation. Yep. Time for the cotton. That was really poor decision making on my part. Now it's all under my bed. Where am I putting the? I don't even have a shelf for these. I gotta make a shelf. I gotta clean a shelf. I already did that. A lot. I gotta use the bathroom. Editor Karis again. Just realized I had a giant ball of yarn in the way of my frame for this next entire sorting clip. So you get another cut. My random pile of supplies. Some new sacrifices have been made to the scrap bucket. All right. She's organized. So, acrylic, acrylic, acrylic. Mysterious? No. Acrylic, 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 mysterious. Cotton, miscellaneous. I'm gonna go with mysterious, miscellaneous.
Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna do tonight. I'm gonna get my shelf tomorrow and put up my random supplies, but you didn't come here to see that. You came here to see yarn. So I hope you've had a lovely time with me. I've sure had a fun night. It is like 10 p.m. and I'm gonna go to bed because I'm an old lady and I need my sleep. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I hope I see you for the next one. I love you. Bye.